how many times can I repeat this effort? And then that's when you start unlocking mastery, right? Like I have this process for creating presentations, and before we turned on the mics, we were talking about it, but it's like, I've done a handful of presentations in my life and I've gotten decent at making them, but the process now is so refined, which is like, it is game tape. It is, I make the thing, I do the thing in my head, I do it out loud, I watch the recording, I edit the thing, I do it in my head, I do it out loud, I watch the recording, I edit the thing, and I just keep doing it until it's glass.
Dude, I listened to every podcast that I did for probably the first 2.5 years. I listened back every single time. But at the time I didn't cringe because I thought that you crushed it. Anybody can go back and listen to episode 1 with Stuart Morton in my old office in Newcastle upon Tyne, and you'll notice every other sentence that he says, I go, It's fucking infuriating. Yeah. It's absolutely catastrophic. My accent's terrible. Everything about it is awful. And yet, at the time, I thought it was great. Here's another interesting thing I've been thinking about recently. When you don't have anything to say no to, it's easy to focus on one thing. As success begins to get you more opportunities, your ability to say no becomes increasingly important. And that's something that I'm feeling now.
Yeah.
Just more attention. We're hockey sticking quite aggressively. Yeah. And I'm not anywhere near like even middling Z-list fame. Yeah. But it's enough for people to see what they think is a penny stock and decide that they're going to try and throw their hat in the ring. Yeah. Which means that there's like 20 things I need to say no to every single week from new people that want to do a thing. Why don't we try this thing? And why don't we do that thing? And why don't we do the other thing? It was a piece of piss. 5 years ago to say, or 3 years ago in the middle of COVID to go like, I'm going to go pro and I'm just going to focus on this one thing. Because what else am I going to do? Yeah. All of my nightclubs have been shut down. I got nothing else to do with my life. Now, you said you were going to go pro? Interesting. Yeah. Let's see what happens when you have 30 other things every single week vying for your attention. Now let's see how committed you are.
This is my favorite analogy for this, which is the woman in the red dress. But, many people have seen The Matrix. If you haven't seen The Matrix, you don't need to have seen it to understand the analogy. So Neo is going through the training program, the protagonist. Morpheus is his educator, his teacher. And the education program only has one objective. And so he's walking through the city. People are going left and right. He's bumping into people going through like crowded New York. And then all of a sudden, it's kind of a black and white, palish look. It's green, black and white, but it's still black and white. And then all of a sudden, this woman in a red dress enters the frame. And you can't help but stare at this woman in the red dress, and she's a complete knockout. And Morpheus is talking to Neo, trying to teach him something. And as he's talking, he's like, Neo, were you looking at me, or you're looking at the woman in the red dress? And he says, look again. And he looks back, and it's Agent Smith holding a gun to his head. And he says, freeze, and then everything freezes in the frame. And he's like, if you're not one of us, you're one of them. And I see that as the opportunities that we have to say no to every day. Is like another woman in the red dress, and it's become a term that we use internally, right? It's like, it's a woman in the red dress. And the thing is that the more successful you become, or the more able you become, the hotter the woman in the red dress is, right? Like you got a homeless girl that you're walking, past on the street. She's like all dirty, but she's got a red dress on. You're like, the thing is that homeless girl, when you were in your apartment, actually looked like
pretty hot.
Yeah, right. She's like, I'm not, I could, right? But then the better you get, the bigger the opportunities. And that's where you have not your hypothetical 10, but what about your hypothetical 100? Yeah. And I had a mentor say this to me right as we sold Gym Launch. He said, Alex, that now that if it's not $1 billion, it's not worth your time. And that was such a great razor for all decisions. And so people come, they're like, hey, we should do this endorsement. Hey, we should partner with this, whatever. I mean, think about it. Like, we're in the deal world. So how many deals we get? So we have 3,000 companies a month that reach out to us to do a deal. That's 100 a day currently. And we've done 13 deals in 2 years. And so like, if you think about it from an acceptance rate, it's like, and I'm not saying you shouldn't apply. By all means, go to acquisition.com and apply if you have an awesome business. But the point is that like, your no muscle isn't really a no muscle. It's just a yes muscle for the one thing that matters most.
Yep. We'll get back to talking to Alex in 1 minute, but first I need to tell you about the #1